Hi, I'm Ryan. Today I want to talk about how could someone survive on an island alone. Have you ever been on an island all by yourself? Well, I have not, but I have done a lot of research on this topic, and I found that water, food, and shelter are the most important things humans need to survive on a deserted island. First, water is one of the most important things for human survival, whether on an island or anywhere in the world. The human body is made up of about 50 to 65% water. Water helps regulate body temperature, transports nutrients, and removes waste through processes such as sweating and urination. Besides that, water is essential for almost all bodily functions. As a result, without it, a person can only survive a few days. Most humans can only survive about 3 days without water, depending on the environmental conditions such as heat and activity level. According to the Globalist Deserted Island Survival Guide by Julian Barajas, water unequivocally is the most important thing for a human to survive. Although we need water, we can't just have any water. For example, drinking seawater, which contains high salt concentration, will cause the body to lose water and leading to faster dehydration. Therefore, staying hydrated with clean, fresh water is essential for survival. Additionally, according to How to Survive on a Desert Island, finding and purifying water is a top priority in survival situations. It describes how natural water sources may contain harmful bacteria and must be boiled before drinking. This shows that not only is water essential, but safe and clean water is necessary to stay alive. Secondly, we need food to survive. A person can survive about 3 to 4 weeks without food if they have enough water. This is because the body can use stored fat and energy reserves, but it cannot store water in the same way. However, survival time without water is much shorter, showing that both food and water are important. We can hunt small animals using simple tools or gather edible plants for food. Also, we have to check if the food is edible or not. We can't just blindly consume any food that we find because we have to use basic science knowledge to make sure that it's safe to be consumed. Fish are an abundant food source on desert islands, although not all fish or sea creatures are safe to eat. Some can be toxic or carry diseases. Well, fish aren't our only food source. Plants can provide a variety of nutrients and often require less effort to gather than hunting or fishing. However, some plants can be toxic, especially those that are with very vibrant colors that outshine other plants around it. So it's important to know what we're eating. Also, we have to take note that eating raw food can be very risky due to potential parasites or bacteria. Now, let's talk about how to prepare food. Cooking can make food safer, more palatable, and more caloric. Heat from cooking kills harmful bacteria and parasites, reducing the risk of foodborne illnesses. If we catch fish, we can look for clay to fire a simple thumb pot, boil water in a green coconut, or wrap our fish in large leaves and tie off with tree bark. We can cook fish on sticks over the fire, but every drip we see is precious fat being lost to the fire. Thirdly, another important thing that is needed to survive on an island is building a shelter. Shelter protects people from harsh weather like heat, rain, and wind. Exposure to extreme heat can cause heat stroke, while prolonged rain and cold can lead to hypothermia, both of which can be life-threatening. So, without shelter, a person is more vulnerable to danger, including wild animals and environmental exposure. According to the website of the Desert Island Survival, in survival, a cave or overhang is a gift of shelter. It saves time and resources and offers a watertight space. Just make sure it's above the tide line. Finding a sturdy tree or two to form corners of your four-pillared shelter is a great bet. You can then weave palm fronds and overlap them like a tiled roof, which will create a watertight roof. Most islands these days are strewn with trash, making it easy to find cordage from discarded fishing nets. If your island is really removed, you could make rope from coconut tree fibers to help bind your shelter. Other great plants for cordage include hibiscus and banana trees. In conclusion, it is crucial that we work smart to protect ourselves in order to increase our survival chance on an island. Can you imagine if you were left alone on a deserted island? What would you do? According to my researches and my personal experiences, in order to survive on a deserted island, a person needs water, food, and shelter. People can improve their chances of survival by learning skills such as finding clean water, gathering food, and building shelter. Of course, we hope no one will be left on a deserted island on purpose, though. Well, that's the end of my presentation. Thank you for listening and thank you for your time.